Attention, attention all Tour de Nebraska riders. Welcome to 2021 Tour de Nebraska. Hi folks, Charlie Schilling here with Rich Rodenberg, your co-host this morning to talk about 2021 Tour de Nebraska, to welcome you. In lieu of the heat, we thought we would double up on the announcements. We will give these announcements Wednesday morning, but for those that want to get out on the road early, this is your chance to get your instructions. So, you know me, you know Rich, 33 years Rich has been doing this. He's kind of an expert on safety and all things Tour de Nebraska, along with Susan. But I can tell you that our team is very grateful, very humble, very excited about this year's tour. A lot of work has gone into this year. It's certainly been unique for a lot of us in terms of challenges, but we've all come together and we're very excited to be together again. Again, I want to thank our sponsors. I want to thank our team. And yeah, we've just, the overnight communities, the rest stop partners, it's been a coming together of a lot of different people. So thank you, everybody. At 7 o'clock Wednesday morning, the Kearney Police Department will be at the corner of 2nd Avenue and Talmadge as you turn right and go south off of the bike trails. There will be some cover from Kearney Police to assist us with some signage. Traffic should be minimal, but there's still enough traffic that we want to be safe. So just be mindful that that's going to start at 7 o'clock for those that want to get on the road early to try to beat the heat as it relates to getting on the road in the morning. So as I talk about the team, you guys know that CycleWorks is our mechanical SAG partner. A lot of you know Rick and Chris and his group. Yeah, hands up, hands together for them. Marty's going to be marking the route. And there's a couple other staff that's part of their team this year. So we'll get a chance to get to know them. But they'll be in their marked vehicles. Chris has a truck with a trailer behind it, and there's a van that's marked accordingly. So you'll see those CycleWorks vehicles. In addition, Rich is driving a Honda CRV. It's a black CRV. Owner is Susan, whose name you might recognize. Charlie will be in one of the Honda vans, courtesy of Honda of Lincoln. Sydney, my daughter, part of the crew, is going to be in the other van. And Kim Schilling will be in a reddish Honda Pilot. So those vehicles are your mechanical and SAG support. In addition, Rick and his one of his team members will be driving the big yellow Penske's. So at some point mid-morning, you'll see them roll across to our next destination every morning. So that's your CycleWorks mechanical and SAG team. Look for them. Our intern / crew includes my daughter, Sydney, as well as Anthony Rodriguez and Teddy Hoover. Their names are in the app. So if you need anything, be looking for them, as well as my wife, Kimberly, and me. And for the SAG, private SAG folks, we encourage you to make yourself available to anyone in need as you cut across the route, etc. So I mentioned the police support in Kearney, and I think most of you know or have the app. It's an ongoing kind of fluid document. We'll make changes as we need to. Be mindful that we do expect some updates along the way. So you'll simply click on that app and it'll ask you to update when you're in a Wi-Fi area, and you'll be able to get the latest information. In addition, we will have a PDF handbook that has a printout of everything from A to Z, including the routes, the queues, additional information that's not in the app that you can download. That will be available on our Facebook page, as well as we'll be distributing that electronically Sunday night. So be looking for that as well. Yes.
Charlie, If someone is having trouble downloading that app and getting the information, you will have people both on Tuesday evening and Wednesday morning to help them with that.
We will. Thank you for asking. Yeah, we'll provide technical support. Bring your device. We'll sync you up. We've got some younger people that are pretty tech savvy, and there's some folks that want to connect the routes to their Garmin or GPS devices. I know there's different brand names out there. There are instructions on the app, but if you do need assistance, we'll do our best. But try to get that done before you get there. And if you just can't get it, we'll troubleshoot it when you get on site. Great question. I know sometimes technology can be a friend, and sometimes it can just be frustrating when things don't come together. That, I think, covers kind of the intro, Rich. We talk about safety being a priority, and you've seen and done just about everything. Do you want to kind of walk us through some do's and don'ts?
Sure, Charlie. Thank you. There are 400 of you, correct, Charlie?
Yes,
400 riders.
400 riders. Yep.
And a lot of staff. So you're a small town rolling through Nebraska, and safety is our primary concern. We want you to both take care of yourself, your body, drink before you're thirsty, eat before you're hungry. Make sure that you refill your water bottles every chance you get, and ask for help if you feel yourself becoming overheated or any other medical problem. You have our phones. If for some reason you cannot reach us, we might be in a couple of dead spots, depending on your carrier. Ask other people to help try to reach us if it's an emergency. There will be quite a few of Tour de Nebraska vehicles on the road. If for some reason you cannot reach us, somebody will come by. I usually try to toot my horn. If you're standing in a ditch, of course, I'm going to stop unless you give me a thumbs up that you've just taken a break. And if you do need some assistance, rather than the thumbs up, put your hand on your helmet. That's the universal signal for please help. The state law of Nebraska still says that we need to ride single file, but we're going to be on some isolated stretches of road, well away from traffic. So, people are going to spread out a little bit, but when you do, please be cognizant. The people in the front need to relay back to the rest of their group when they see a road hazard, glass, pothole, skunk, so the people in the back don't have time to avoid that same hazard that they may not see. And then likewise, the people in the back hopefully have mirrors and can watch for traffic coming up and yell to the group, car back, and then everybody can stay safe that way. And please, especially cresting a hill, especially if there's oncoming traffic, go to single file and be courteous as you can to allow those people. A truck driver once told me that when he slows down for people going up a hill in a no passing zone, it costs them 10 gallons of gas just to get back up to speed. So, be courteous. We are emissaries of bicycling in general. So please take care. Now, riding in a group is incredibly fun. The people breaking the wind in front make it easier for the people in back so you can take turns. But please do not overlap wheels, because if you touch a person in front of you's wheel, you're going down. If you happen to ride off of the road, be very cautious, slow way down, cut back up onto the concrete at as close to a right angle as you can, or get off, pull your bike up, remount and go. Same goes with railroad tracks. Hopefully, if there's some dangerous diagonal railroad tracks across the highway, We'll have those well marked, but be careful that you don't get your tire caught in one of those. As always, drink water before you're thirsty, eat before you're hungry, uh, be aware of the heat and catch some shade, take rests when you need them. And if you absolutely need help, give us a call.
Rich, if I can add just one quick thing. Speaking of phone calls and emergencies, all of the wristbands that will be issued for registration have my cell number on them. So if you're in a pinch, call that number and just be aware, as Rich said, if I'm in a dead zone, I'm looking for those calls throughout the week. But I will respond and try to quarterback to whoever needs to respond quickest.
They can also respond to the text.
Sound.
The text message.
The lovely Kimberly.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Sounds good. Sorry, Rich, keep going.
We do not recommend that you leave before the sun rises, but it will be tempting if it's going to be 102. And make sure you have great lights and realize that you're in front of the sag support, and you may get to the rest stops before they're open. Oh, the lovely Susan is
Hi everybody. See you on Wednesday.
As always, is telling me what I forgot. What, honey, what? Oh, be a good Tour de Nebraska ambassador. But both in the towns and rest stops and everybody you see. If you're new out in rural Nebraska, you'll see people, they have their own little, maybe 2 fingers up on the steering wheel. They might touch their hat. They say hi to everybody. So try to, fit in. Say, oh yes, and please stop and support the rest stops. These people are doing it for their own little groups, charities, brownie group. Even if you're not hungry, stop and buy a quarter's worth of something. It's just fun to meet those people as well. Okay, Charlie, I think I've covered it.
Thank you. Yes, well, safety is important. There are some roads that are without shoulders. The irony with Nebraska highways is the busier the highway, the wider the shoulder. And we're seeking out the least busy roads, which means there may be some roads without shoulders. So the first day, there's a couple stretches that I think will be very inviting without shoulders. The second day, the traffic is pretty minimal, but it's mostly without shoulder. And then the third day, there's one little stretch, your first turn off of the northbound highway, that you just need to be very mindful of. So help each other out, communicate with each other, as Rich said. I think that's excellent. Tap your head if you need anything, just as a reminder. Look for those signals, and all of our staff will be trained to be looking for you. And so even if we pass you, we're looking in our rearview mirror to see if there's any sign of need and so on. So I mentioned phone numbers. Sydney, come over here. Come over in this video. Sydney is our texting expert. Do you want to mention the texting app and if they can respond to that?
Yeah, so you should all be receiving text blasts from TDN, and you can respond to that thread and it'll come to us as an emergency help, or just like if you have a question about something, it doesn't have to be an emergency and you can text in that thread back from the text blast.
That's great. That's a new feature with our system. So thank you, Sydney. Yeah, that's great. Just another way to kind of try to stay informed and let us know if you need something. If you go off the route, you're on your own. But you have our phone number, call us. We want you to be safe. And we wish you a wonderful week, a safe week, and we talk about making it epic. So, I mean, this is a very unique time. Let's all just have a blast and enjoy each other's company, and thank all of those that have gone out of their way in a unique time to embrace us. So thank you all.
Keep the rubber side down.
Keep the rubber side down. Good word. Thanks, guys. We'll talk to you soon.